Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Berta and this is KwambiPrincess, the royal household. It's so nice to see you guys again. It's so nice to have you guys, my Baes. For all the new subscribers, welcome. It's so nice to see you. To those who are returning, hi, it's so nice to see you again. And well, it is good to have you guys as a part of my, of course, YouTube family. It's so nice to have you guys as my Baes. So nice to see all of you Baes right here supporting me, cheering me on, actually commending me for actually returning to YouTube. I have been extremely overwhelmed and extremely happy with the comments that you guys have left in the comment section box, and some of the comments that you've actually posted to my DMs on Instagram. I'm very happy and I'm grateful, and yes, I'm very happy to be back. I have 3 videos out so far. I will link them in this video. As you can see by the title of the video by now, you are seeing that I am actually filming a video that is talking about surviving COVID, well, at least surviving my first case of COVID. And I wanted to share my experience because I know that there are people out there who probably have gone through the experience and they don't have the same platform as I have to share my story, and they may also not have the courage that I have to share their own stories of how they got COVID. But I mean, if you come across this either on Instagram or you come across this on YouTube, you can feel free and go right in the comment section and share your experience with me, of course, and let's engage in the comment section. Tell me about your experience, the symptoms you've experienced, and how long you've had COVID. If you are past the 8-month mark that they say that you could lead up to, let me know how you actually managed even. Well, without any further ado, I would like to get right into the video. So this actually just started for me during the week ending the 11th of June. On the 10th of June, 2 of my colleagues tested positive for COVID-19, and well, in them testing positive for COVID-19, for some reason I just didn't think by any chance I would have caught COVID, although I was in complete contact with both of them, as in I was in the same room with them, as in we made tea and coffee in the same vicinity. We like literally were in the same vicinity. They would come in my office. So well, in the days leading up to the 10th of June, I actually had I had the Monday and the Tuesday, I had a very funny cough. I call it a funny cough because I couldn't even place that cough. It was like, you know, when you have like a season change kind of cough that is dry, it's just dry, and then your throat, like down there, it's like it hurts when you cough. That cough was just like dry. It felt almost like when like your saliva goes in the wrong pipe kind of situation, but it's not so much, so it doesn't make you cough to the point where you hurt there. It was just dry. So I was like, what kind of a cough is this? But I didn't really pay much mind to it because I just said to myself, I guess it's just a cough. So at the end of, so that cough lasted for 2 days and maybe 2 days and a half. So it lasted Monday and Tuesday and half of Wednesday. By Wednesday, I started getting, like, from midday, I started having a fever. So midday Wednesday, I started having a fever all the way through to Thursday. On the Thursday, then we had the people who tested positive for COVID, and I was like I said, I was in contact with these people. So anyway, we then decided that on Friday we're closing the office, and that we will have a closed, like we would work from home on the Friday. So we worked from home on the Friday. Saturday, so Friday and Saturday, I was still experiencing the fever, but by Saturday it was mild. It wasn't so as bad as it was on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So then I figured, maybe it's tonsillitis, because I had tonsillitis 3 weeks prior. So I thought, these symptoms, and I excused the cough and figured that the fever was just me getting tonsillitis. So I think come Sunday, I started having like, I developed like a small stomach problem. Like I started like having almost like I'm having diarrhea, but I really didn't think much of it. I really just thought to myself that I really don't think that it is anything like it's anything big. I don't really think I need to worry about it. So I didn't pay much mind to it. By Monday morning, it was actually not so good anymore, and I dismissed it because I figured I kept telling myself it must be the pizza I ate on Saturday, and I had already ordered from this place so many a times, so I didn't think it could be the reason. So I was like, it's really nothing. But then on Monday I started becoming tired, so I was like, okay, let me now really just sit down and Google these symptoms of COVID, because I know I was in contact with people who have COVID. I found that I marked at least three of those symptoms, which was tiredness, fever, and dry cough, and four actually, and the diarrhea. But the diarrhea was mild, so I didn't really think it was such a huge thing. I think it was around 11 when I actually really checked for the symptoms. I then decided, like, you know what, I'm gonna call my doctor's practice, and I'm going to tell my doctor that I think I have COVID. Like, I kept calling and calling. It was Monday, and it was the middle of winter, and I didn't even think that all these cases that are going high, people could be going to the practice a lot and stuff, because it's a huge practice with multiple doctors as well, and they couldn't get me an appointment. They were fully booked for the day. So I was like, oh my gosh, I kept wondering, so now what am I gonna do? I didn't want to call another practice. I was like, this is the place I'm used to going to. These are the doctors I go to. So I'm that loyal. So I then decided, you know what, first thing tomorrow morning, if I'm still tired, I'm going to call the doctor first thing in the morning. So first thing at exactly 8 a.m. on Tuesday morning, I called the practice. As in, I know that these people will be in the office at 7:30. At exactly 8 on the dot, I called the reception. Obviously I informed the receptionist that, oh look, I tested, apparently I'm actually suspecting I have COVID, and I'd like to make an appointment with the doctor because I would like them to diagnose me, because I don't know what the process is. The receptionist went obviously ahead and did all the admin work with me, like asking for my name, and then eventually giving me a time. This is me calling at 8 o'clock, and the only opening that was available was 3 o'clock. I said, okay, I'll see you guys at 3 o'clock. At exactly 3 o'clock, I was at my appointment. I arrived, and my doctor now, because she knows me very well, she's like, what is happening today, Bertha? Is it she was like, is it still tonsillitis? Are they still back? Then I said, no, it's not tonsillitis. I'm suspecting I have COVID, and I'm hoping it's not COVID, but I'm suspecting it. But my hope is that I don't have it. Those are the words I told the doctor. Then the doctor was like, okay, if you suspect you have it, if you have any of the symptoms, then you would be having COVID, like without denial. And I was like, I really don't want to have COVID. And she's like, she actually just sort of did some, like, I could say counseling, where she actually spoke to me and said, no, I don't want you to worry about having COVID, and COVID is it's not the end of you. We are just going to manage your symptoms, and we're going to treat your symptoms. So I then said, oh, okay. I then went ahead and also gave her my own medical history, because I needed to give her history because she asked, so how did you get COVID? Did you get in contact with somebody that has COVID? So I said, we actually have 2 people who tested positive for COVID on Thursday. Then she was like, and I informed her that there's also one more person who is actually exhibiting COVID positive signs. Then the doctor just told me, from this point on, I'm actually going to treat you like a COVID patient. I'm not going to treat you like just a normal patient anymore. The minute you're in contact the minute you're in contact with somebody who had COVID, we don't take it that you could not have it. We treat you like you have it. So we checked the oxygen level in my running through my body, or flowing through my body, whatever it is. We checked my heart. We checked my lungs as well, to just see that they're opening and they're breathing well and all that. Well, all those tests came out great, but she was like, just to be cautious. I know that I sense it's I believe it's COVID because of the fact that you're in contact with people that have it. So I'm just going to make sure I give you the cocktail. So she went ahead and wrote out the prescription for a COVID cocktail for me. Cocktail, of course, it contained painkillers. It contained also antibiotics. Then after that, she filled out my path care form because I obviously needed to go and get a nostril swab. She filled out my path care form, and she filled out the government, I don't know if it's the government statistics form, I think, I forget what it's called. It's a questionnaire where she even indicated who are the number of people I was in contact with and all that, and what they are their names and stuff. It gave me a sick note for like, she was like, I'd like you to use the sick note, so I need you to be off from work from this period of time, and if you test positive, you will not be able, you should isolate immediately if you test positive when you go and test. So I went ahead and said with the receptionist, and she now was supposed to actually do the final part of the booking of the pathcare test or the swab test, the nostril swab test. So what she needed to do was to go on my medical aid's website. There's actually a page where bookings, or where they can actually check. There's a page where they can fill in information and be able to obtain a medical certificate. So the medical certificate is basically just a statement. It's a statement that states that this is how much my medical aid has, and that how much that my medical aid has is perhaps, I don't know, how much is for dentistry, how much is for eyes, how much is, how much is for optics, how much is for day-to-day, how much is for hospitalization, and what is available, what have I used. It's basically that. It's just a statement, and that's what needed to support my pathcare form so that pathcare could take it. So, well, their systems with their website was down. I guess there were so many people booking that day, so I had to try again later, and the receptionist actually tried to help, which was, she tried to call the medical aid and ask them, because at the time I had even gone to the dispensary. She called them so that she can try and ask them to give her the certificate, and they said no, the member has to request for it. She needs to write an email, and she needs to tell us that she is going for a COVID test and she would like to get a medical certificate. Anyway, I ended up getting that document. I actually ended up emailing it on my way home. So on my way home, I emailed the medical aid and informed them that I'd like to please get my medical certificate, and they actually sent it to me immediately. And I then immediately went on the pathcare website and I booked my appointment, and trust you me, they were fully booked for that day. I couldn't even, because I even knew already, it's like, it's 4 o'clock, what are the chances that they would be open? Like, what are the chances that they would not have, because I didn't even think they have walk-ins. So I was like, I can't walk in and just stand in a long line without an appointment. So I wanted to have an appointment, so I was like, okay, I'd rather just go the next day. I was like, I want to take the earliest appointment. All the appointments from 8 o'clock all the way to 2:59 were fully booked. I was just like, why is this happening? So I knew I had to actually book this appointment at a later time. So I booked for 3 o'clock again for that day, for the next day, which was Wednesday. In booking that appointment for Wednesday, I told myself, okay, so I'm going to this appointment, it's Wednesday now, and as soon as I arrive, I said, so that as soon as I arrive at that appointment, I'm hoping that they can just do this test and get over and done with. And the thing I was dreading was this whole long ass swab. The thing is so freaking long. I kept saying to myself, I need to be strong, I need to let that thing, because it goes like all the way to the back, so in your nostril all the way to the very back, and it's not like they just point it there and pull it out. They point it there and they actually turn it a little bit so that they can get some of the mucus out and be able to get a sample. And I was like, I need to try by all means to sit still, because I'm not willing for me to do it again, because I don't want them to come and be telling me that the results were inconclusive. No, they better come back negative or positive.